Ah, hello. I'm here. Hi. It's it's time for some shit. Uh, hello, hello. Ah, hello. I'm here. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, let's see. My box of the newest set of magic cards came in. I've yet to open it. I'm very excited. Put up my ping. Okay, where is Ace Attorney? Play. There we go. Hey, 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 Ace Attorney! Let's do this. I'm excited. We can find out what the fucking old man saw. So, Miles shot someone, except he didn't. But he has his prints on the gun. And apparently some old man saw him. Let's figure out what the fuck happened. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who's the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement? Very well. No opening statements, so... Not so fast, Judge. What the fuck? I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Order, order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah, must you question everything? Trial will end in 3 minutes when the bomb under my seat goes off. It'll be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Witness, state your profession. I hope we don't have to see that animation every single goddamn time. I'm proprietor of the restaurant Wet Noodle at Gore Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. You still haven't heard who this old guy is. Wait a minute. Witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Ah. I predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. Oh, love of God. I'm not really sure, yep. What do you mean? My memory. Your Honor, The witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? Alright, old man, what you got for me? Night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep. I was in the restaurant where rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang, yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just afloating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about there, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There's nothing to question my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need to cross-examine. What the fuck do you mean there's nothing to examine? A man walked by my window. What? Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before all 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Oh, yes. Mr. Wright? Cross-examine? What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Ah! What the fuck, Von Karma? Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. What the fuck? It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep. I was in the restaurant, where I rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang, yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just afloating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. By your window? Yep, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And you could see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I have a bad feeling about this. The man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad. Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by too. Witness, are you sure the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy. Oh. There he goes. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. Better act quick or this trial is going to be over. Objection! Your Honor. We proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing the man firing with his left hand? Exactly. It is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all we have. You're telling a lie. Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize this, even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Ugh. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No! This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Accused will surrender the court immediately. Wow! To be held pending trial at a higher court within 1 state of today's time. What the fuck? That is all. The court is adjourned. Oh, is that just game over? Wait! Who was that just now? Me, huh? What? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Where the fuck did Larry come from? How did the bailiff not catch him? Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting there in the audience, listening to the testimony. Then I realized something that he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order, order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over.
Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one more final chance.
She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse.
Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse.
You're right. Okay. Your Honor, there's another witness. It is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Yeah, fuck you, Von Karma. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Hey, thank you, Larry. Good lord. Phew. That was too close. Good lord. Sorry to keep you on the edge from your seat like that, Edgeworth. Huh. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Oh, wonder what Larry plans to say in there.
Larry was at the lake that night?
Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake.
Oh, right.
He found the balloon.
He found the balloon in the air tank that night?
Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth.
Huh? You say something, right?
Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. Didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance. Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials. Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right?
That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth.
Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. Don't fuck it up, Larry. Oh god. We're fucked, aren't we? Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Wow, you're bagging on Larry hard, man. Karma didn't even have time to prepare the witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. That night, I was on a boat in the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Looked out over the lake, I didn't see the boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor.
What's wrong, Nick?
It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared.
Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick.
Larry's gonna say something stupid, isn't he? Alright, let's save it here. Just in case Larry fucks this for us. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There's so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay, first of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11, when I went on the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night, so I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. Why were you on the boat at such a late hour? I was looking for something, and I found it.
Looking for something?
Yeah. Mr. Butts, was it? What was it you were looking for?
What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy.
That's surprisingly close to the truth, in a sense.
This is all irrelevant. Let's get this over with.
Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. Looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order, order. Well, Mr. Butts. Whoa, whoa. Everybody's calm down, okay? I mean, it was really foggy that night. Not sure whether there was a boat or not. Okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh.
Well, Nick.
It was pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? Guess I should start with working on the contradictions.
Sorry. Wish it could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister.
Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12, yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. Not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Two gunshots just after midnight. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang? You sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts? What? You only heard 1 gunshot, are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh? Not sure? How can you not be sure? Yeah, well, I, might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, order! And stop that booing! Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? Is that a crime? I listen to my radio. Everyone listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Can I get anything else out of Larry? Larry heard 2 gunshots. There was no boat on the lake at the time. I think I can press him on the second lake photo. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah, nothing was more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts, please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. What Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? Listening to it real booming loud, like, sure, I heard that gunshot. Remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You're listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem is here. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe that this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. Witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Do I need to explain this to you? Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. Listening to an all-request show on the radio. Listening to it real booming loud, like... I'm sure I heard that gunshot. What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do to us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Hey, it's almost Christmas. I heard the gunshot. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us all. Most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There was one gleaming ray of hope in there. Gotta press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. No, it doesn't. Penalty. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it. But remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear, you know? Real booming loud. Yeah, you know? And you had your headphones on? Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. Do you by chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. Witness was listening to the radio. That's all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was the radio you set to that night? There we go. Wrong lake photo I presented. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with that face? You look scary, dude. You're trying to scare me. You better know I don't scare that easy. Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, you hear what the witness just said? The DG said, hey, it's almost Christmas, when he heard the gunshot. Indeed. And? Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But he should have heard that gunshot after midnight. The photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what time was on the photo taken with the gun triggered when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. That's a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order! Order! What does this mean? Two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard the gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim? Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Second lake photo. Look at this photograph. This was taken by a witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamps on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown on this photograph. It's why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Ah, correct. It was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That's why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Ms. Hart testified that you heard the gunshots after midnight. You claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It's a fact that this camera is also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were two sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There's no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was the gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright, no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:15 was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence that if you have any. It would be a party popper, but... This is my evidence? The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order! Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. Yeah, that would explain the 3rd shot. Doesn't explain how it's relevant, though. When then? Oops. I need to pop out chat. There we go. The OBS chat is not the best. I occasionally lose messages and it's annoying. I still don't see how this is entirely relevant, though. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. This is true. There are 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50 and another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Uh-oh, I'd better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? Ah!
What's wrong, Nick?
I have it! I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh?
Yeah, of course I remember.
The murder in this case had the same idea as the murder in that case.
What do you mean?
Maya,
Yes?
if we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it.
Right. I mean, is this safe?
Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We've nothing to lose.
You just watch.
You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay?
Right, Nick.
Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up the entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
So you finally realize the truth. There can be no other murder here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. The man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on the lake. That was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the gun shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been a suicide. Well? Was Hammond shot like 25 minutes beforehand? The guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. Timestamp on that photo says 11:15. But Larry heard that gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the 2 men on the boat are. Two men on the boat. The murderer and Hammond. Edgeworth and the murderer. Edgeworth and Hammond. Who could it be? The murderer and Hammond. Edgeworth and the murderer? Edgeworth and Hammond. I think it's Edgeworth and the murderer. Right? course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to that lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. Not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah, again you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Probably just be at the boat shop. No? Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way you can meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake, in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor. Even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop. The old man was the murderer! Mr. Wright, what happened the night on the Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, are you sure about this?
Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. Closing statement. Oh, we don't get to make anime this time. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out to the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol in the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shop caretaker? Of course it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice, both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. Create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol and the boat behind him. I see. Someone looking from the edge of the lake. It would appear that one of the men in the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw the attention of the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls in place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on the Gourd Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. Get the fuck out of here, Larry. We got more important things. Very well. While we're waiting for the caretaker, I'd like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth? You heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop at the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir? Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. Goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I'll extend this trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well, the court is adjourned. What a twist! It was the old man all along!
Yay, Nick, you did it.
Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict.
And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure. Once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I don't know if he's actually, like, lost it or not. It's hard to say. He might have. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax.
I'm sorry. I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No. There's so little time left. I want to tell you, to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. What? Did Edgeworth kill his dad so that they have enough oxygen? Oh! What a twist! God, that'd be wild and sad. December 27th, 2:11 p.m. Right in Cola offices.
What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about?
Memory of a crime that I've committed. Memory of a murder.
Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed?
I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never.
Nick.
Yo, how's everyone doing? Larry! What do you think of my performance today? You did a good job. I'm swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya?
Swooning? Me?
Oh, yes.
I do remember feeling faint.
Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. How you doing, Larry? Larry, you really helped out in the trial today.
You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty.
Hahaha. Seriously, Nick. That boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. Edgy ain't off the hook yet.
Way to spoil the mood, Larry.
Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? From where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night?
Nick?
I don't know. But what I do know is I'm gonna believe in you two until the end. Us two?
Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right?
Nah, he means me. Right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry.
Not me? But why you, Larry?
Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick?
Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think?
You don't know him back then. Make me want to become a defense attorney.
Wait, was that when you two were classmates?
Yeah, in grade school. They saved me, Miles. And Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know?
What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about?
Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot.
Huh. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear this story today, and that's final.
Okay. Kind of a long story, so hang in there. It's the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial, a class trial. Oh no, I'm having flashbacks.
A class trial.
You remember Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade? Kid in our class got his lunch money stolen.
Lunch money?
The school was really small. Every month, kids would bring an envelope with money for lunch from home.
Huh, I see.
Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that you mentioned it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class.
So, they thought you did it.
Yeah, kids in class said I should be put on trial.
Trial?
So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. That's fucked up! Why would you let kids do that to each other? This is really fucked up! Holy shit! Guilty, he did it. Guilty, it was you. Thief, give the money back. You're such a meanie. No one play with him. Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. I'm not gonna play with you anymore. Yeah, no boring my eraser. Hey, you shouldn't be allowed to release trial. Your library committee. Give me my 50 cents I loaned you. Did you rob a bank that day? Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. That's fucked up! Don't do that to children! In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. What a shirt. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad, I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money was stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection! He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in the trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? Look at him. Look at his little bow tie. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. This is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? Oh, it's Larry. This is how it is. Everyone's ganging up and picking on one person. Ah, even in grade school, he looks like a shit eater. Just think how he feels. Said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Larry. Very well. I'll replace the money myself. This class trial is over. Fucking hell! That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were best friends. Wow, I had no idea. I'm with you, Maya. This is fucking sad. Like, that's child abuse. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world.
You did a good thing, Larry.
Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I kind of took it personally, see? Something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remembered his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. And a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school.
The DL6 incident.
Right. Not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death.
That's so sad.
It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him. I don't know how many times. He never replied.
I guess he didn't want to see his old friends.
I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had to become who he became. That's when I decided.
Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth?
If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet with me whether he wanted to or not. Aw, that's so sweet. That's like super... That's super gay. I love it. Ah, they're so sweet together. Phoenix, you're a sweetheart. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth, and I'm the only one who can help him. Oh my god! This is 2001?! Good lord, this game is progressive. Whoa, Nick. So is that why you helped me out for free? Yeah. I helped you because I believe in you. Except I don't remember saying that to it for free. Aw, Nick.
Nick, we have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay?
Right. Very well, maybe.
First, there's a rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is.
Let's settle for who. I guess I could clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Alright. See you later, Larry. What's relevant still? Autopsy report, lake photo. We don't need a second lake photo. Misty phase photo. Overhead map of Gore Lake. Pistol bullet found on the victim's body. That's still relevant? Metal detector. Repair it. DL6 case file. 12/28, 2001. Elevator District Courthouse. Air in the elevator was oxygen depleted at the time of incident. No clues are found on the scene. Victim data, Gregory Edgeworth, age 35. Defense attorney trapped in the elevator returning from a lost trial with his son. Miles Edgeworth, age 9. One bullet found in the heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. Suspect data, Yana Yogi. Court bailiff. Trapped in the elevator with Edgeworth's. Memory lost due to oxygen deprivation. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Polly Jenkins? Polly, as in Polly? So, the caretaker's name is Jenkins, then. Polly Jenkins, he's probably the father of the fiancé. And he's getting revenge on Yanni Yogi and everyone who got him off. Attention Center, Visitor's Room. So, we need to... the trial goes on till tomorrow. And that's when the statute of limitations is up. So, if we can convict... So, we're probably going to learn about the DL6 incident before it... So, we're probably going to learn the truth of the DL6 incident. That Yanni Yogi killed Gregory Edgeworth. Look as grim as always.
Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial.
Class trial? What do you mean?
You don't remember?
No, I don't.
The lunch money was stolen, wasn't it, in 3rd grade?
Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that.
Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers.
Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway.
Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney.
Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. Haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple, to a fault even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? Couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from you, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, right, but I'm not that good of a person.
One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right?
Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. The defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of that murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had not been of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to lack of evidence. Innocent. That hasn't stopped all my fucking defendants from almost being tried for despite lack of evidence. That's when I changed, like, in this, they reference cases that have resolved due to lack of evidence, but that's not an option for me. I guess fuck me. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him.
So he's like my sister was to you, Nick.
He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he's obsessed with doing everything perfectly.
Perfectly, huh?
In all cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved, and not one suspect was declared innocent, ever.
But that's...
I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, It's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? What you're saying is true. You're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow.
He's right. Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. What do you think of this? It was a case that changed my life. And tomorrow, on December 28th, its statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow? Could that be a coincidence? But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm not gonna show him the picture of his dead dad. That's fucked up. Grossberg. You here? He's out again.
When does he work, anyway?
Now, don't be harsh. Still have to come back later. Criminal Affairs Department. Any word on Mr. Jenkins? Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe won't be coming back today.
Oh, really?
He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. Boat shop caretaker. Should have something like catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Gore Lake. Hey, pal. Long time no see.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe. We literally were just talking about you.
Close one today. I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it.
You mean the boat shop caretaker?
Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal.
Detective Gumshoe sure is active today.
Oh, and one other thing. No one can go into the woods today.
The woods?
Where Lotto was camping? Woods are off limits to camping. Woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go into the woods for a while.
I guess Lot is in a lot of trouble.
Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Moving forward. Gore Lake, Public Beach. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Wow, Nick!
Eyesore?
Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too.
I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work.
Boat rental shop.
That old caretaker got away.
Yep.
Never imagined he might be the real murderer.
Ahem? I'd know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Aha, hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, Aha, the days of my youth, like the scent of a fresh lemon, you see?
Ah, Mr. Grossberg. This is not time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow.
That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Mr. Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was actually doing here anyway? Who knows? Caretaker shack. September 27th, caretaker shack.
Nobody's home.
Hello? Hello? Huh?
Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly.
Hello? Hello? Huh?
I can't believe you'd run off and leave this poor parrot to fend for herself.
Hello? Hello? Huh?
Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick.
You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. Please know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something.
Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you.
Great, now the bird's gonna hate me.
That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Polly, what's the number to the safe?
1228. Alright.
Let's open it, Nick. Come on.
I'm sure there isn't any money in there.
Oh. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? There must be something of value in there.
I'm not so sure.
Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there.
I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a ladder.
A letter. Oh, boring.
No name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth?
Nick? Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here?
How should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. What? Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on describing the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth? Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice? This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail.
What do you think it means, Nick?
I don't know. Looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond, he called out Edgeworth. He was following instructions.
But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean, get revenge on Miles Edgeworth?
Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing is for certain. This letter is an amazing clue.
Ah,
What's wrong?
huh? Oh, never mind.
What? Tell me.
Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this weekend.
Oh,
See? That's why I didn't want to tell you.
oh, I see. I guess let's go to Grossberg. What do you think of this? Hey, Miles, look what I found. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where the boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge on me?
Who is that old guy anyways?
I don't know. Could you be an innocent defendant? Could you be an innocent defendant? You got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all.
So he was following this letter then?
Which means there was someone else behind it. Now's the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond? Yeah. Because if Miles hadn't been in the elevator... then the bailiff wouldn't have gotten into that situation. I guess. In which case, the fiancée wouldn't have killed herself, and Robert Hammond wouldn't have let the bailiff get away? I don't know why he killed the bailiff. Killing the bailiff doesn't make sense now. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance. Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations in the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man.
What is it? Do you know who he is?
Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Could he be Yogi?
Yogi.
The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. The old man is Yogi? That's why the parent's named Polly. It's not a daughter. It's the fiancé. Yeah, and Yogi.
Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us. In that little box, we became unsettled. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim was passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. I guess so. Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. Memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed. Memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing, in the dark. Help, can't breathe, quiet. Don't shout, you just use more oxygen. I can't breathe, You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Ah, what are you? Stop breathing my air. No, Father. He's attacking Father. And I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if that was the evidence from that day in the court or the bailiffs. And Days have picked up the pistol. Get away. Hey, yeet the pistol at the guard. Get away from my father. Ah. And with that scream, I wake. It was a bone-chilling scream. A scream that had rung in the ears of for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you're thinking about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean? It was me. I was the true criminal of the DL6 incident. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. Why would he need revenge on Hammond, though? The two people who ruined your life. Is that just both of the Edgeworths? Then why kill Hammond? And even if it is, like, why does he need to... Why does he need to murder within the statute of limitations? There's some things that aren't adding up here. And who the fuck sent him the letter that gave him instructions on how to take revenge? There's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about DL6. Grossberg. Mr. Grossberg. Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look worried. No kidding. I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened, hmm? It's Mr. Edgeworth. He... I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father. It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder. What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, hmm? Well... Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he wanted to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real. As you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done. No, I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. Why does the statute of limitations matter? Like, so what if it's been 15 years or if it's been 16 years? No, there's no way they're gonna have Miles as a murderer. He's got like 3 spin-off games. He can't be a murderer. Although that's a bit of a meta reason. I don't think Miles is a murderer. I think he threw the gun, heard the bang, and like passed out. Maybe, yeah. The second bullet from Yogi, probably. So he threw the gun, heard a scream, Yogi grabbed the gun, went to shoot Miles, and then Gregory stepped in front and protected Miles. That would be the... So, the bullet from Miles was the one that flew into the window. And then... the bullet that killed Gregory was Yogi firing at Miles. I don't know why he had to kill Hammond though, unless the revenge is... unless the 2 people is specifically talking about both the Edgeworths. I don't know why Hammond had to die. What about Miles Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounded trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called us on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Mr. Fey. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Oh. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right, everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the only one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless. What do you think of this? Oh ho! So this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skillful defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his clients found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait, what is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, long time before. Whose handwriting was this? You have any idea who wrote this? Probably Von Karma. Could it be Manfred Von Karma? Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court records.
What? But that means that the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct. Manfred Von Karma himself. What does this mean then? How Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. They'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. We'll press the point until the court finds Edgeworth guilty. Oh no.
But how could Mr. Von Karma know Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth has thought it was a nightmare.
That I don't know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. Maybe he didn't want to be replaced by Edgeworth? I mean... maybe. But like, why take him on as a protege then? Yeah, maybe. It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregor Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial in Scard. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty Von Karma had ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
Must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation? Yes, an unusual event for that man. That was the first and last vacation he's taken in his many years prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or, to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe.
You have a strange idea about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd. He wanted to keep a perfect record so badly.
Why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is going to bring up DL6. You can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6?
I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone.
But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave.
I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. Well, I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. Police materials,
One day left, Nick.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no time to waste. Let's get going.
September 27th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs.
There's hardly anyone here.
Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Oh, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. Staying out late looking for someone.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well, now I can't have just anyone wandering in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma was in there now, so anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he just arrived, actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry. Oh, no. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I just noticed that he isn't here. Von Karma? Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking at it recently. The label says unsolved cases, evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick! The file for DL6, it's completely empty. What?
What are you doing in here?
That's what he looks like? Oh, that's the head-on portrait, eh? It's not as good as the courtroom portrait, unfortunately. Von Karma!
You. How did you know my name?
Huh?
Have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team.
Defense team? Ahem. Beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed. I could see how this guy was Edward's mentor.
Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right?
A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate. Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did. What I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? Son of your most bitter rival. That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit to his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years... Guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth would tell the court tomorrow. We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. What do you think of this, fuckface? Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi? How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter?
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble of bringing it to me. You've saved me a lot of needless hassle. What?
Nick, what is that thing?
A stun gun. For self-defense, usually. Oh my god! What the fuck? Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People usually don't die from it. Now, give me the letter. No! No! Whoa, what are you...
Nick, run!
Go fuck! Buy me a... Maya! Out of the way. Ah! Ugh, he got us. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes! She's dead! Maya!
The letter, did you take it?
Huh? Oh yeah, are you okay?
I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from the thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now, when we needed her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all.
Maya.
Ah, it has to be some way I can help her. Better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya, she's holding on to something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. When Karma was holding this one, Maya jumped in at him. DL6 bullet. I'll prove to you, Maya. Did he take everything from DL6? No, he didn't. He took nothing from DL6 from me. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. See if we can fucking Von Karma tased us. Good lord. What a monster. Final day of the trial. Alright. Let me go refill my water quick. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm here, hello. Okay, this is it. Judgment Day. Today things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Wow. What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder.
I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth's looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Why, pal? She's shocked, Gumshoe. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe, I'd say about 600,000 volts. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How'd it go, Detective? Have no fear, as promised I captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe, you must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I'll feel pretty good. At least he's forgotten his own name. It has to be a lie. Why do you want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm gonna prove it. Alright, here we go. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right, very well. We've reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost the memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. Yeah. Why I left court? Yeah, I'm really sorry about leaving yesterday like I did. That's not right. Yeah, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. I don't remember the voice. His voice changes every time I talk to him. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? Yes, I know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm gonna prove it. Why I left court? What's food for Polly? How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge, it's impossible. After he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. First things first, I have to prove who this man is, who he is. To do that, I will prove it myself. Oh, fuck. Took the letter. Food? Well, Polly's a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. We weren't arrested until this morning. Why did you go back to the caretaker's shack? Oh, well, I kinda got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him,
he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that. I see. So he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. You lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep. Seems like it. How do you know that you don't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clear that he has no memory of who he is. You claim he's lying? Show the court proof. Ugh. What's to prove that what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing now, over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or lack thereof, into question. Does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case, and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Ho ho ho! Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself, so who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell me the witness's name. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi, that name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi, from the DL6 incident. It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. Yeah. He knows Polly would have named it that. I can't really call him on it right now, though. But what does this mean? Your Honor, this man is Mr. Yogi. He has clear motive. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now. I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on the file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Huh? I'm so very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints? I mean, I don't either. Yeah, you see, before I worked at Caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep. What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past? Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? Seems that this case has been decided, no? No. I know what will happen. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no. I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There's no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we going to do? Hey, you've considered that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do we do? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine this parrot for a little comic relief, Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot. What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor! The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot! I need to screen cap that. That's an amazing screen.
Holy shit. That is actually amazing. Order, order! Ah, well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce, I object. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Ugh. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. No shit, it's crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Hell yeah, I'm doing it. Let the parrot take the stand. I'll cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least I think so. This is amazing. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. That's quite the bird. I can't believe that's a thing. This is so funny. Please, tell us your name. Name! Witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Ahem, very well. Witness? Who is your owner? Please, testify for us. Who's your owner? Hello, hello? Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Well, begin your cross-examination. Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. I'm going to show the judge her owner is Mr. Yogi. Hold it! Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. You're right, what do I say? As I recall, 2 days ago... Polly, have we forgotten something? Don't forget DL6! If I can get Polly to say that here, that would prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello? That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something. We forgot something we forgot. Hello? Uh-oh. It's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why don't you say it? Tis. Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expect this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did you train her not to respond if we asked if we forgot something? Maybe we should just say her name. Polly, what's your name? Polly? Mr. Wright? I think we've established that the parrot's name is Polly. Does that have anything to do with your owner's identity? Of course. Yes, it does. Ha! Fascinating. You claim the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? And show us this proof.
Nick, don't you think you're taking bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer questions of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor? Proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... the DL6 case file.
DL6 case file? That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is proof of it, then? Show us, or stop wasting our time. Very well, Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name?
Suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see?
Indeed it does say that, yes.
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly!
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named the parrot after her.
I see. I guess that is possible. Bah! A mere coincidence, that's all. My great-granddaughter has a dog name she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does that make you my granddaughter's fiancé?
She's only 7 years old.
She's only 7 years old. Indeed. Alone it is a little weak for evidence in murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence.
Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting close. One more. We can just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what?
Very well, witness, you may continue.
Shit. What else can we... Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me. Frankly, I can't believe you're speaking to the parrot. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. Show the judge that the owner is Mr. Yogi. Witness, you can't just say hello, Inspector Skinnywear. Why don't you testify? Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? What's the safe number? 1228. One, 2, 2, 8. Oh, the date of the DL6. What's the safe number? Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? I just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what's the number of the safe in the number to the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228.
My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
Actually, it does. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ha! Ridiculous. How can these numbers to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something related to the safe number?
Case summary. It's on the case summary page.
The case summary?
Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred.
The date of the incident, December 28th? Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago.
And the number on that safe is 1228.
Ah!
He used the date of the DL6 incident as a number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him.
I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Ah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM's card number to 0001 because I'm number one.
Von Karma. That's in the public record now. Von Karma. You can't just...
This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Witness, tell us your name. Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember. Nah, it's okay. Oh, fuck. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, he's totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally.
No, this is a real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order, order! Yanni Yogi. So it was you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have a brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancée, my social standing. And this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? Not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. On Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error from his confession. Then, the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is... innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? Don't say something stupid. Don't say something stupid. Don't say something stupid. There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I'd like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. The confetti's a bit much. That is all. This court is adjourned. There he goes. You moron. Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor? I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I am not innocent at all. As we've heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was a murderer in the DL6 incident.
Save the game here.
He's going to tell him he killed his own dad.
Uh-oh, what do I do? Judgment has already been passed. I object to Edward's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. Ah, you fuck. For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare.
It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean, in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. It was a murder. The criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitation of which ends today. The culprit is me. Even if it is you, like, you would have been a minor at the time.
Order, order! It's certainly unexpected. The defendant declaring innocent is confessing. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitation runs out today? I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial, right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
December 28th, 2:24 p.m. District Court Lobby, Defend Lobby number 2. I'm sorry, right? I've just wasted all of your effort.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad?
I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
This is crazy. Just crazy.
Nick? What are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court records once more. Getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I want to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belt. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. Aww. It's so sweet.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examination. The statute of limitations on DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book.
I see. Does the defense have any objections?
No, Your Honor. Von Karma. You knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well. Will Mr. Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about this dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That would be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. DL6 incident. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot and then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream?
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events.
Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster.
And you picked it up. What happened next?
Picked it up, threw it at Mr. Yogi, and wanted them to stop fighting. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it?
I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So you're saying that you threw up the pistol at Mr. Yogi?
I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. To this day? Yes. I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream, as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. I don't know what it means. Better find out quick. Photograph the murder scene. DL6 bullet, taken from graduate heart, still clear ballistic markings. Any other was oxygen depleted at the time of the incident, no clues found in the body. One bullet was found in the heart, and the murder weapon was fired twice. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot, then and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony?
Victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There's no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What?
I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with this case?
Do I have any proof? Yes. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible.
Oh, now, Mr. Von Karma.
Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
Look at this photograph.
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
This proved the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So let me get this straight.
This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where? Your Honor, please. Please get a clue. Show the judge's contradiction in the photo. There. That should be obvious. The contradiction is here. I see. A bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
Case summary. It's on page 1.
Look what's written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that's made that bullet hole in the door. What else could have made a bullet hole in the door? Order. I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Ugh. How did this happen? I don't believe the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection?
I'm sorry, Maya.
What?
It looks like I was wrong.
Nick, if the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing.
No. You said you did, Nick. You said you did. Edgeworth declared innocent.
I'm sorry. Just when I saw the photograph, I thought the 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I'm trying to think that it could be that simple. The case has stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick.
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I'd like to ask one more thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though it was not your intention?
Yes, I did.
Oh no. He's accepted the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce the verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's like my first day in court. So many things I know I should be saying. Mine's got blank. I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
Do I have an objection? I don't think I have an objection. Save. I have an objection. Your Honor. I object.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object,
Ugh. Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. Ah! It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say?
Nothing.
Second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it. Seems waiting is not going to produce any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor? The second bullet. It existed. What? You just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer. Then tell us just who is this murderer. I'm still thinking about that one. The criminal took the second bullet, but why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? The murderer didn't need it. Well, the murderer spent time to look for that stray bullet. I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but that's true. Ugh. Had to take it. Had to take the murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. No idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance. For instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer. The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I'm just talking off the top of my head. What if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside. Yes. The two men fighting inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at the feet and throws it. Pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick.
I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy?
Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
Must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Von Karma's got a bullet in his shoulder. Yes, an unusual event for that man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in as many years of prosecuting.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured?
Which would mean... could only mean one thing.
He was the murderer in the DL6 incident.
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
It was Von Karma.
Oh man, something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murder came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Save. Wait, I don't have enough proof yet. This is my trump card. I better save it for the right time. Mr. Wright? Something the matter? I'm fine, Your Honor.
Tisk. Shall we carry on with the trial then, That said, we have no further to go. All that is left is the finish. In other words, the verdict. What? No, not yet. Think, Mr. Wright. You have said that someone from the outside was the murderer. Yet you cannot suggest anyone as a possible suspect, which means your conjecture is worthless. And will be rejected, of course.
Nick, now's no time to be holding on to that trump card. Trial's almost over.
All right. I may not know what I'm doing, but here it goes. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? Ugh, my hands are shaking. The what? Von Karma. Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor, the one standing right over there. Ah, you don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Ugh.
Nick, let's find out who his doctor is.
It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma. Perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave any clues. Probably didn't undergo surgery. He would leave a doctor with his witness. Ugh, nobody's that perfect.
So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane.
No, he couldn't have. Can't you pull bullets out of yourself? Wait. What does that mean? The bullet has to be somewhere. But where?
Tisk.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? All right, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then, I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. Fucking metal detector. You don't mean... I do. There's the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible, for all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma? I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. He's sweating bullets! I refuse! You refuse? What refusing this means? You acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order! Your Honor, defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out in this case today. It was you who said that we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know. We have to give it a shot. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you! I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim the bullet is in my shoulder has no relation to the DL6 incident. What, Mr. Von Karma? Can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I. Mr. Wright. Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course he can't. You don't have any DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm not the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. That's a bullet. Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings? You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. And the other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. You could analyze both bullets. Then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma? You will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing in my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing in my air. Get away. Get away from my father. Bang. Ah! It's a scream I've heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma! It was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma. Whoa, Edgeworth! Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me! So it was you. You and your father are my curses! Oh god, he's losing it. Your father shaved me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death! Holy fuck. 15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. And Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. Never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me, penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black, the lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed that button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator doors opened before my eyes.
saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from the oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who shot him. Later he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was a fool. It was the perfect crime. Disc. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears that we have come to a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Not guilty, motherfuckers.
hell yeah. That is all. This court is adjourned.
December 28th, 5:38 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Nick, we did it. Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed.
That was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it.
I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory.
So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right? Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this.
I know. Try thank you.
I see. Thank you, right?
You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that.
Ugh, sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
She's got you there. Whoa! Whoop! Woo! Amazing, pal. You pulled through that just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see. Ahem. Woohoo! I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all. Lotta. Y'all are great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congratulations. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. Give up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. Uh-oh. You don't look sick. It's Kiana. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it.
Yo, Nick.
That's a suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right? Yeah, what's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Well, yeah, it's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh?
What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. 38 exactly?
Nick, wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
38? No. No! Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? It doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came to school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back at school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really right. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Oh, sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth... You should have told me.
Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did? Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death sentence for both of you. Man, if only I had known, I'd become a prosecutor. Same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. Thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I'd known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth, wanna switch, right? Hey, y'all. Line up, I'll take a photo.
Hey, photo time, let's go!
After that, dinner on me. Detective Gumshoe took us all out to the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. December 29th, 5:02 a.m. Right in Code offices. Oh, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Aw, Maya. Goodbye? What time is it? OBS, are you okay? Ah! The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station. I guess I'm too late.
Hey, Nick.
Maya! So you're leaving?
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Wait!
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lose everything.
Well, it's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Ghostberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh?
I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
Evidence?
Should I have Maya some evidence to cheer her up?
A bullet.
Von Karma was convinced he had taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued that last piece of evidence we needed. This is the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me.
Nick.
Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you.
I'll be back soon.
Huh?
I'm going to complete my training and come back.
Okay. I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
I don't know I don't know about that.
So, this is it.
See you soon, Maya.
Aww.
That's so sweet.
Thanks, Nick.
That's very sweet. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. The same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh. I had a bad feeling about this. Ah, that was lovely! What a fantastic game. I can see why this is like a 20-page spin-off, 20-part spin-off. Like, what a pleasant surprise. Detective Gumshoe! Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kinda like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Ah. Man, for as much as I bitched about the earlier ones, this last trial was great. I love this. This is a really good game. I'm excited for the next part. Huh, Nick? I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I'm working at Cheese Shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but it's not exactly what you call a cheapskate. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii. Right now, yeah? Not exactly what you call a cheap date. Larry! Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, Payne. Who, right? Yeah, I remember him. I heard he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. Sure, he's grateful. Phoenix Wright, hmm? Ah, the defense attorney, for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know, I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel. Wow, congrats! If you've been in the area, please stop by. Fucking Bellwood and management. Hell yeah. What an upgrade. Ahem. Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright. Yes, me as understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him late. The days of my youth, like that scent of fresh lemon, you see. Phoenix Wright. Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Sorry, Joaquin. Go fuck yourself. Please. That's sure owe Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. Wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know? Oh my god, right. Power resists the Pink Princess. Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. Sounded like she caught a cold standing under the waterfall. I wanted to visit, but I don't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess student cards. Said she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyways? Aw. Oh, they keep in touch. That's so delightful. Penny and Maya keep in touch. Right, who's that? You wanna talk? Let's talk Pink Princess, alright? But you know, I snuck into the studio the other day. And I saw her, the one inside the Pink Princess suit.
Ugh, what a dog. It's kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age.
Oh, Cody.
Yeah, I remember, right? A lawyer guy. Huh, me? I've been trained to become a paranormal photographer. You know, that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real, now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous.
Aww.
Via!
That's so sweet. I hope they show us the picture.
Hey, look! Victory!
There's the confetti from the courtrooms. Ah, it's Mia. Mia, Maya, Larry, Felix, Edgeworth, and Gumshoe. Ah, this is delightful. Hold it!
Brand new episode has been added. Okay, so as I've heard from a buddy of mine who has played this before, this is completely off the wall and added just for the collection. Like, there's mechanics from, like, the investigations games, I think, where you have to find fingerprints and shit. Like, as I've heard this, this is weird and not the actual Ace Attorney experience. But we'll save that for next time. We'll get a preview now. Yeah, this looks way different. Yeah, what the fuck? I did it! I don't know what the fuck this is. Two months is my last day office. Alright, title screen. Alright, so that's technically another one under my belt. I'm very happy about that. It's another game that I've just heard so much about and never gotten around to playing. But that's Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. We'll go with the... We'll go with Chapter 5, we'll see what that's about tomorrow, I guess. Thanks for hanging out. This was a delight, and I'm very much looking forward to the other ones. The Ace Attorney trilogy, it's got the first 3 Ace Attorney games. And then, I believe Apollo Justice and the Miles Edgeworth investigation game, the first one. Those I both have access to and can stream. So I might get 5 games out of this, but I don't know if I'm going to go right into that. So what I'm going to do is probably go through the Phoenix Wright trilogy. I'll switch it up to something else. Don't know what I'm going to put in between, but I'll do something else, and then I might come back to the Ace Attorney games, depending on how I feel. But yeah, that's my plan. First, we'll get through Ace Attorney. So thanks for hanging out. This was a delight. The 4th chapter, really good. I really like that. Tied everything up really neatly.